Hey, this is Idea Cochise for Cochise Throne. Okay, today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to get a little personal with you guys. About 2 years ago, I decided to go to Vietnam to start my own business, and I got screwed pretty hard. I lost everything. Within that time of me being dead broke and out of work in a country far away from my friends and family, I spent a lot of time contemplating brutally murdering the person who screwed me over. I'm not talking about like getting a gun and shooting them or stabbing them with a knife. I'm talking about like getting like a machete and chopping their trapezes real deep and going behind them and splitting them from head to shoulder. I never knew that I could personally have those kind of thoughts and desires. And there is one person who I have to think about not making this terrible choice, and what's so strange is that it's actually a rapper, and I don't listen to that much rap anymore, a man named Malice from the Clips, and he wrote a book called Wretched Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked. Now, this was 2 years ago, and it took about a year of short videos by Malice to promote this book. So this book, I believe, came out sometime last year in 2011. I finally got my hands on it about a month ago. And the thing is this, the videos in which he made about his relationship with God and the personal issues that he had with, within his family and other people that he knew were so powerful that I was really just salivating at the mouth to get my hands on this book. And it's entitled Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked. And it actually goes by his name by Gene Elliott Thornton Jr. I say this because if you think that this book is going to be about rap, it's not at all. And I want to review this book because the thing is that I came with these hopes because, like I said before, because of this man and his videos that I got to watch when I was just sitting in my hotel room, seething with hatred and anger, soothed my mind. And I was really hoping that this book would do a little bit more of the same, and it has, to a degree. So let me get down into this review real quick. There will be spoilers, of course, because this is a book, and thankfully with book reviews, I don't have to do them immediately after they come out. So first off, I'm going to say this. Please go to his website, and it's entitled MadeMyLifeChange.com, and you can get to see most of the videos in which I got to see. But for some reason, he decided to take some of the videos down, and some of the videos he took down were actually the more powerful ones. So I will try to find those and put them in the description down below. Here's the problem with the book. It's a little bit too simplistic. In interviews in which I saw him promote the book, he's talking about how there is a simplicity to it and how it grabs your attention immediately, and it does with the hot topic of AIDS. There's chapters dedicated to him thinking he has AIDS, but he doesn't. He's going to go, look online to somehow self-diagnose whether or not he has AIDS. He just refuses to get this blood check. And what you may not know about Gene Elliott Thornton is that he was born in New York and he moved down to Virginia Beach, towards the South. And this just seems so much like just black Christian superstition. Because there's just chapters and chapters about him, whether or not he has AIDS or not. And he doesn't, because it's been a year now. If he did and someone read the book, it'd be all on like World Star Hip Hop or something like that, how he has AIDS, or he'd be doing interviews about this situation. He doesn't have AIDS, but it's just chapters and chapters of this, and he refuses to go to the hospital. There's only 2 instances which he does go to the hospital, and both times he's super relieved that he does not have HIV. So the thing is that a lot of this book kind of deals with that, and not so much of what you would think like most rappers that they talk about. One big thing for those who don't know about the Clips is that they had a manager who ended up getting 25 to life on some drug charges, and the Clips have probably made in my opinion, the 5th most influential rap song ever with their song Grinding that came out in 2002, which pretty much opened the door to probably the last, from 2002 to probably 2009, 2010 of drug rap. Grind was a whole song with nothing but just cocaine references and heroin references all throughout it, and a lot of people didn't catch up on it until months later, after the song was already played out in its rotation of the radios and videos at the time. So, even though their career has not taken off as much as it did back in the early 2000s, they're extremely influential in what's going on in the rap game pretty much all the way up to today. Right now, things in hip hop are a little bit different, but I mean, they've really opened the door for that whole, for people like Young Jeezy, Rick Ross, in a lot of different ways, the Diplomats, number of other drug rappers as well. So I was actually expecting to hear a lot of stories about his involvement with drugs, him and Pusha T, who is actually his blood brother. There's not too much of that, and I don't know whether or not he wants to, air out dirty laundry or incriminate himself, or avoid incriminating himself, or avoid incriminating people that he knows. But there would have, but since he's so known for this style of rapping, you really think that they'd be talking a little bit more about that within this book here. One thing I'll have to say about this is that you'll find out about Gene Elliott, Malice, that he's actually not that bad of a guy. I mean, here's the thing. In all honesty, I'm looking at my notes. In all honesty, you expect Malice to have more of a darker past to him, and considering how much fame he has, what's available to him in terms of like going out to parties, women, drugs, and whatnot. And the thing is that like you get the impression that he sold drugs before he was a famous rapper. That's what you get the impression of from this book. And you initially feel a little cheated because you wanted more of a juicy story. But then you come to the realization that because his sins are rather small, that with his drugs, and also I need to mention that he cheated on his wife, I believe, 2 times. You feel that like, that wasn't so bad. You actually have more respect for him because you see his desire to be pure and to rectify himself for the sins he committed against his wife and selling the drugs back in his youth. And the thing is that you respect him more as a man, but in terms of how the story comes across in this narrative, you do wish there was a little bit more information given. But like I said, I don't know what legally he can say in this book. But this book could be a barrier breaker if it was pushed more into breaking certain rapper stereotypes, especially in this day and age right now with the sheer amount of like ESL rapping or drug rapping and stuff like that. I really felt that this book could use some more publicity. And even though I do have some issues with the book, I do want to promote it as well. So here's the thing, that the way that people are written in this book that kind of gets me. Like I said, it starts off with this whole AIDS situation, and like most autobiographies, it starts off with a situation that happened in the recent past, and then it goes way back to their childhood, and this autobiography follows that narrative. The thing is this, he talks about he lived in New York. His parents are actually well-to-do. They had very nice Christmases. He came from a 2-parent household, which is awesome. And the thing is like, you end up wondering why certain people are not like continuously within the narrative of this autobiography. His wife is the prime example of how the way she's written is she comes off as being very loyal and very caring, but at the same time very, very two-dimensional. She just seems like this, like almost like a robot. Like, I love you so much. I'm always here for you. Is like she is she capable of expressing any other emotion within the narrative? Because if this is her in real life, I'm pretty sure it's great for Malice. I just don't understand if it'd be great for anyone outside of him. There is another story which is in the videos down below, dealing with his older brother. about how he has issues with drugs, alcoholism, he smokes too much, things and whatnot. And then the book just kind of ends on, I thought I had it all, but in actuality, I was wretched, pitiful, poor, blind, and naked. There's a little weak way to end the book, but I did truly find that Malice was really trying to put a different take on his reality, and a different. I mean, like, I'm not talking about like changing the past. What I mean is like changing his perpetual reality of the drug game and the stereotypes of rappers have within the music industry. I would really recommend reading this book anyway. It's a very quick read. It's like I said, it's simple. It's a little too simple, but it's actually a very good book for, let's say, a teenager who just listens to rap and maybe be influenced by the things in which he hears and want to go off and act that out in real life and end up getting in jail. I think this is actually a very good book for a teenager, or maybe someone who's just learning English, who likes American hip hop. Please go and check this book out. Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, Wretched, Pitiful, Poor, Blind, and Naked by Gene Elliott Thornton Jr., also known as Malice, one half of the Clips. I hope you guys like this review. I know it was very brief, but I need to give you a piece of my own personal history as to why I chose this book. Check me out a little bit later where I should be reviewing 2 other books, one by Bret Easton Ellis and another book about Chris Benoit. Okay guys, take care.